Previously on the Children of Ash. We're going to be very quiet. We're going to be very careful. They say these lands are haunted, and we don't want to disrupt anyone. Do you hear me, child?
Yes.
Good. Tell the others.
I'm going to follow Aster back out to the deck and mumble under my breath about child's fairy tales.
Derek, Waylon needs somebody to keep him company down here, okay? Think of the child.
I'm not staying down here, he says a little too loudly. And then
You can hear Shifra calling into the cabin. Everybody, I think we're going to need that ballista. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
So, where would you all be? I think Wayland and Mr. Pushka are probably probably still in the hold, as is Derek. Aster, where are you?
I would have run over to Shifra.
Okay, so you're in the back. That leaves Rez. I think I know where you are. I'm just going to put you on the top. David.
I'll be up front.
Okay.
Yep.
As all of this happens, you see Kyrie and Farah. They're up on top trying to put together the ballista. They get about halfway through it. What was everybody's rolls once again?
I had a 20.
I had a 19.
Oh, okay. Well, I got 12.
Rez, what did you get?
13.
13. Wayland. Okay, yeah. Derek, what'd you get?
10.
Okay, cool. All right, Wayland, you are up first. What are you doing?
All right. Very first thing I'm going to do is cast Sally Forth on Mr. Pushka. And Sally Forth is one of those wonderful gambits. From
Nations and Cannons.
Yes, from Nations and Cannons. Choose a willing creature that you can see within range and that can hear and understand you. Until the gambit ends, the creature speed doubles. It gains a +2 to its AC bonus. Sorry, +2 bonus to AC, and has advantage on dexterity saving throws. And then there's a bit about what I can do as a reaction, but that's not pertinent at the moment.
Okay. All right, so you're casting it on Mr. Pushka, you said?
Yes.
All right. You doing anything else?
Yes. We'll look at him and point to the deck and say, go out and protect people. And then I start making my way up to the top deck where the ballista is.
All right.
So I use my 30 movement to push my way up and get as close to the ballista as I can.
All right. The one thing that you aren't really able to see on here
Mhm.
is that in the back. Oh, there's the ladder. There's a ladder in the back that goes up. So that's how you get up there. But I'm going to say that you're climbing plus pushing past people because you've had to push past a couple people to get up there.
Mhm.
You're going to be able to make it to the side, but not really to get around the cabin yet.
Okay.
Mr. Pushka comes up following you? Or
Well, I doubled his speed, so he's probably going in front of me.
okay. He has a little bit of trouble climbing that ladder again, getting back up. Takes him a little bit, but with his rushed movements, basically kind of clearing the way for you, actually. I'll say you actually are able to get a little bit further. He starts just barreling down the deck. Thump, 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 thump. There's no stealth here going on. Just a big old mechanical monster rushing across the deck.
Yeah.
Has everybody seen Mr. Pushka among the crew? Or would this kind of be your revealing him to this group of folks who, I mean, Shifra and Yanan have seen him kind of in the cloak, but...
I will take every opportunity for him to, like, in an anime style, like, stand there, wind picks up with his cape, and he like, throws off the poncho, get that billowing wind that came out of nowhere for a second, little like spark like light reflecting off of him.
In your pack is just a collection of ponchos for him so that he can keep dramatically losing them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Where do you think all the
right.
cap is going? Yeah.
All right. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, as you do this, as you are running down the deck, trying to make your way back there, you end up hearing above you a scream of sorts. The couple that are up there trying to put together this ballista, Kyrie, the son-in-law, you see what looks like some sort of long, almost a tongue or something, but comprised entirely out of water, just whip out, grab him by the leg, and yank him down. And towards a gigantic frog. He's away from the ballista, off of the boat, and he is now beginning to be pulled underwater. His wife Farah just screams as he is ripped away. That is its first attack. For its second attack, it is going to make another one towards Mr. Pushka, honestly. Second begins to reach out. And what is Mr. Pushka's AC?
Give me a second.
Does a 12 hit?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, before I say that. Nope, definitely not. His AC, Ellie Forth, is 18.
It shoots out. It smashes into Mr. Pushka's armor, one of the steel plates. Scatters a bit. Water sloshes everywhere, and you can hear this frog in frustration. Yeah, I don't think I described this. I think I just put the miniature out on the table. What you see before you, rising out of the water and climbing onto one of the lily pads that is floating past, is a enormous frog. In fact, in D&D terms, it would be classified as huge. It's probably a good, 15, 20 feet long, with its, legs extended. Though once it perches on that lily pad, it's only about maybe 10 feet from end to end. And it just gives Mr. Pushka this look of extreme frustration as it opens its mouth and a long pink tongue shoots out, slaps him. That is a 15 hit.
Nope.
Long Tongue reaches out, slaps him, almost gets rejected off of the side of his armor. Aster, your turn.
Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is with my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith. And then I am going to take a look at this big old frog and cast Guiding Bolt at it. That is a 16 to hit.
A 16 does hit.
Okay. Now we do 4d6 of radiant damage. Roll that on here because it's easier. Well, that does 12 points of radiant damage.
Paint us a picture.
Basically, Aster will just throw forth their hand, and from it, like a kind of like a so fast it's almost invisible streak of light crosses from the boat to the lily pad and fizzles as it hits the flesh of this giant frog.
Next up is the crew. After the crew, Rez, it's going to be your turn. But before we get there, the very first thing that happens after this... Sorry, Aster, your turn is over, right?
Yes.
Or are you going to do more?
No.
Okay, yeah. So as soon as you hit the frog, Farah just immediately dives overboard after her husband, leaps into the water and starts attempting to wrestle him free. She is going to make tested strength roll and is unable to yank him free. You see her just underwater wrestling with something. It's almost invisible underwater, frankly, but the two of them rolling around a bit. He is going to make his attempt to free himself, and he fails. This is his first turn underwater. Next is Shifra's turn. She's going to run up to the ballista, scrambling up the ladder, and start trying to finish putting it together, giving her a little bit of a chance to fail. She manages to finish piecing the whole thing together. You have a functioning ballista up top with your captain currently up by it. Yanan disappears into the cabin, honestly. And that is the crew.
Do I see any mooring lines by the edge of the boat? Those would be big hempen ropes used to tie it off to things, or potentially a ladder that would go into the water.
Yeah. There are a couple, more or less, in the corners of the boat. There's a bit of a rope ladder off one side.
Which side?
I'm gonna say it's the other side.
You would say that.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at it and realizing that I had originally laid this out with. Actually, you know what? Hang on a second. Which side is port side? This is important and something I
Is
should
on the
know.
opposite side from us. We are seeing starboard.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
That is the one nautical thing that I know, so I shouted that out as soon as I could.
Port is left.
Yeah.
But there's mooring ropes at every corner.
Yes, there are mooring ropes at every corner, mostly because of the fact that at Arches, you didn't just tie up to a dock, you tied up to everything around you and created a floating city.
So I move up to the corner and poke my head around the edge. No, the corner of the where I can see around the edge of the cabin.
Oh. Okay.
Can I
cool.
see this thing in the water?
It's not in the water. It is sitting on top of a lily pad.
No, the thing that's
Oh.
somebody off the roof.
You don't see. You can't really see what they're wrestling with because underwater it's more or less invisible. But you do see them wrestling with something. You just can't see it.
All right.
It is rolling around as they're trying to wrestle themselves free.
What are the rules on shooting something that's grappling with a friendly?
I would say you are at disadvantage, and if you fail, then you have to make an attack roll at disadvantage against the creature it's grappling.
Would I still get sneak attack? I should, typically, because...
Actually, sorry, hang on. You don't get disadvantage on the first roll. There's no impact there. It's if you fail, then you have to roll to hit against the other at disadvantage.
Okay, so I would still get sneak attack since they're grappling with it, and that's an enemy within 5
Yeah.
feet. All right. Then I bring my short bow to bear, and I try and shoot this thing that's grappling them.
Give me an attack roll.
Buddy, that'll be an 8.
With an 8, give me another attack roll.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage, yeah.
All right, that would be a 9.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you take a shot at it and completely miss. It just hits the water and veers off.
Then I take a 5-foot step back around the corner where nothing can see me.
Okay. It is David's turn.
Right. So I'm up near the front, and from what I can tell, most of the action is over on the side there, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's within 30 feet. I could walk over there. All right, so they're about like 5 feet away from the edge of the ship there?
Yeah, they're in the water basically right off the edge of the boat. I'm trying to get a better angle for you.
That's fair. I mean, the only thing I can think of is running over there with my axe probably and trying to see if I could take a swipe at whatever they're dealing with.
Okay, are you jumping over onto the lily pad or are you jumping off the edge into the water?
Well, I don't know. I think the lily pad's a little too far for me to, because that's much further than what I can only go. 30 feet?
Let's see. So you could make it more or less around to where Wayland is, with just your normal action. You could double your move by taking the dash action, and that would be instead of attacking, but you could basically, run to the other edge of the boat.
Yeah, let's dash, because it's either that or just move and then pat Wayland on his head or something. So let's dash all the way there, and I guess that'll be it for me.
We're about to see some shit, I have a feeling. Barbarian finally in his element. Let's go.
Derek, it is your turn.
Okay, so since I'm below deck here, if I come up, where exactly am I gonna be able to get?
So climbing is going to be, I'm gonna count that as rough terrain, so half movement.
Yeah.
But that's really only 5 feet of it, and you are at the foot of that, so that's 10 right there to get up. Which direction would you like to move?
I'm gonna try to come down around side here and
Okay.
see how far I can get to kind of see what's going on.
Okay, running down the side.
Yep.
Okay, so you can get basically right around to where Wayland is as well, which I guess makes sense because you're coming from more or less the same area.
Then I'm gonna circle around where Wayland is, and
Okay.
not a ton of cool stuff I can do, but I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration to give Wayland a little pep talk.
What are you saying? What are you saying to this young kid to get him all pepped up?
Put my hand on his shoulder and say, "Now remember, I believe in you, and you can do this. You are smart, you are brave, and you are talented, and you have a very, very large creature that can smash things."
So, Wayland, hearing these words, I'm going to do something that is normally a bad idea for a GM. I'm going to tell you how you feel.
Okay.
You hear these words coming from an adult who's been calling you kid for a while now, and child, and you just have this moment of, he doesn't believe this. This guy is just speaking down to me. I have to, fuck it, I gotta prove this guy right by proving him wrong. Or sorry, I gotta prove him wrong by proving him right. Yeah.
I think the other would be me flinging myself off the boat into the frog. No?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Fuck you, I can't do this.
Only thing I would have added was he's so not expecting Derek to say anything like that. It's so awkward. It overrides the fear of the moment. Just like, what the? And just nullifies the fear.
It's kind of like when you've got that one teacher who's just kind of trying to pep everybody up, and everybody else is just, the entire class is sitting there like, this guy is so full of shit, he doesn't realize how far up his own ass he is.
Oh.
I think with that, we may have officially kicked ourselves into explicit territory with regards to Apple podcasts. Anyway, yeah, it is your turn now, though, Wayland. So what are you doing?
After taking a moment of just like, what the hell was that? Wayland grabs the other alchemical thing, or artificer object that he has not introduced yet, which is the rope of climbing. He grabs his rope, holds it for a second, and says, monkey's fist, knots 5 feet. So it makes a big monkey's fist at the end, and then it turns itself, it kind of contorts and knots itself up every 5 feet, and then I throw it out to the 2 sailors who've gone overboard.
Awesome. Is that your full action? Is there anything else you're going to do?
I mean, I could have also say, like, and just bring it to the railing so it knots itself around the railing.
Okay, awesome.
If I can cheese, I would try to move after that, but that seems like I'd have to stand still to sail that for 6 seconds.
Yeah, awesome. I'm going to say that is going to give... That's going to give Farah, but only Farah, because she's the one... Actually, no, I'm going to say that gives them advantage on their checks, because they immediately reach out and they start kind of grasping for it, and on their turn I'll deal with this, but if they can grab onto it, then that will then give them leverage to pull against the watery tentacle or tongue.
And Pushka's turn follows mine immediately. He can't, like, stand on the bow and, like, swing a fist at that frog, can he? That's too far away?
Yeah, that would be too far away. He could try to jump off onto the lily pad.
Oh.
I don't know how waterproof he is.
Oh, we the way I'm imagining him is that he's actually kind of like glassy plastic and chitin, so, and then he would just sink and have to walk out. He's not... The Still Defenders aren't really meant for bashing, they're meant more for defense. So I'd have him go stand here-ish, and his command is to block anybody who's going to be hit.
Okay. So he barrels down to the back corner, as close to the spirit frog as you can get.
Yeah.
So with that, the frog is going to... Let's see, what would he do at this point? Having been hit, I think he's going to move. He is going to take a look around and leap, I think. Oh, yeah. No. He's going to leap onto the back of the boat, jumping over Pushka, over Aster.
It's like that shot in Free Willy where he says slow motion flying over, water dripping down.
Except he's landing on the boat. He lands on the back of the vessel. The entire boat just rocks suddenly, somewhat alarmingly, as this giant creature's weight is applied to the back corner. Turns, and he's going to make a tongue attack at Aster.
Before it lands or doesn't land, I would like to use my feature, Warding Flare, to impose a disadvantage.
Okay. Well, those were both 8s, which I guess
Fuck you, frog.
would be 17? Does 17 hit?
Oh, yes.
A long, sticky tongue reaches out, smacks you right in the face, and you can feel it as it just yanks you back towards the frog, dealing, let's see, 2d6 plus 2. I need more dice over here. Yeah. Dealing 6 damage. Oh, actually, you get a saving throw on whether or not you get pulled. Give me a strength save.
Oh god, this is not my forte. Oh, we got a 19.
Nice. Okay, so you aren't actually yanked around. You can feel it as the tongue gets stuck in your hair and starts yanking you backwards, but instead of actually pulling you, it ends up losing its grip. You probably lost a little bit of hair in this attack, and you kind of stumble backwards a little bit. Not enough to move, don't worry. The grasping water then reaches out for... Yeah, it's going to reach out for you again. You've hit it. It's basically saying fuck you. So one of these tendrils shoots out of the water, and that is a 20. That's another 2d6 plus 6. So that's 10 damage. So now that you've seen the frog's tongue, it's another tongue just shooting out of the water. Hits you, this time kind of in the shoulder. Starts trying to pull you down. Give me a... Oh no. It's just grappled.
What?
Give me a strength, athletics.
15.
Okay. You don't make it.
Damn it.
Pulls you off the boat into the water.
I got frogged.
You can feel it beginning to slowly wrap around you and drag you down. That is its turn. Now it's the crew. Okay. So Farah and... Why do I keep forgetting his name? Kairi. Farah and Kairi are rolling now to see if they can break Kairi free. Actually, first, to see if they are able to grasp onto the rope. That would be a 12 and a 2. So Farah is able to grab on, reaches out, grabs one of the monkey knots, wraps her arm around it so that it's holding her just as much as she's holding it. And with her other, she starts trying to pull her husband free. That's good enough. Actually, I'm not going to roll the second one. That's an 18. So she yanks him free. It starts grasping around. He was not able to get hold of the rope, but with the two of them, they are now dangling on the side of the ship, holding onto the rope, trailing behind a little bit as the boat gently glides down river. Who else do we have on here? Shifra. Manning the ballista, she's going to take an action to load it. She doesn't really have anything else she can do, so it is now loaded. Rez, you're the only one that actually notices this. Behind you, Yanin bursts out of the door and jumps down into the hold. If you remember, she's fairly broad-shouldered tank of a woman, and she's just kind of barreling through, pushes you aside a little bit as she gets down, and she starts yelling for her grandson. Yakil! Get your ass out here! Yakil! Hear her disappearing a little bit underneath, among everything else. It is Rez's turn.
So, is the water monster still visible? Or is it visible once they've stopped grappling it?
It is gone once they've stopped grappling it. Although
right.
you couldn't really see it when it was underwater. It's comprised of water, basically.
Right, yeah.
So underwater, you can't really see anything. Also, for clarity, it isn't actually a separate creature. It is a tongue of water that's shooting out, commanded by the frog. Just a little bit of metagaming.
I don't care for that.
No, me neither.
All right. So Rez, realizing, like poking his nose around, realizing that they've freed themselves, kind of like back to the wall, bow reloaded up against the side, makes a few cautious steps over to the other corner, and from his concealed position, shoots at the frog, which I believe gives me advantage.
I'm going to move you to
The other corner.
side.
Yep.
Because that's where you'd have to be.
Yep, correct. That's what I was intimating.
Give me an attack roll.
There we go. That's something. 24.
Okay, 24 hits. Give me damage.
Right, that was 1d8.
Actually, maybe 24 doesn't hit. No.
Don't do this to us, Dylan.
8. And then I... What? Sneak attack. Oh, sorry, plus 4. So, 5... Well,
So the 2d6 was the sneak attack damage?
the 2d6 was the sneak attack damage.
Okay, how much does the actual weapon itself do? Because that's on top of the weapon damage.
Yeah, I know. I just rolled
Okay.
a 2 for my 1d8
Okay.
fucking crossbow.
Just making sure you're taking all the damage. So how
Yeah.
much did you do?
12.
Okay.
And then I take a 5-foot step around the corner so he can't see me.
All right. You hear the frog shriek in pain. David, since you're the one who's left over there on the back of the boat, you and Mr. Pushka, you see this bolt just come out and hit it. It was a crossbow bolt, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You see this bolt come out and hit it, going right through a piece of its chest. Little bits of blood trailing out the other end. You can hear it scream in pain. This kind of full-throated, low. David, it is your turn.
All right. I'd like to rush over with my axe, my great axe, and using the side of the axe, I want to kind of use it like a hammer and try and hammer the ballista deeper into its body.
Okay. I'm just going to treat that as a normal attack roll with it,
Yeah.
but I love the visual. Give me an attack roll.
Spicy.
Hot diggity damn. That's a 19.
All right, a 19 hits. Roll damage.
Okay.
So, wait. This thing got shot with a ballista at some point?
No, it hasn't been shot with the ballista yet. The ballista is loaded. It hasn't been
yeah.
shot yet.
So what was David hammering further in?
Your crossbow bolt.
Oh, my bolt. Oh, David, we're a team. I love that.
I mean, you're more than welcome to jump up and try to get sneak attack damage with the ballista, though.
No, that's just one. All right. Well, I'll do no. 4, 8, 2. That's 10.
Well, that's a little bit of damage. Okay,
10 damage.
awesome. Is there anything else you're doing?
No.
All right,
When it's my turn again, then I'm just gonna whoop its ass.
or so you think.
Well.
We'll see. We'll see if you get that far. Derek, it's your turn. Wayland,
Okay.
you are next.
So, trying to count up here. I'm gonna run as far as I can down the side of the ship here.
Did I skip you, Aster?
No, I'm at the very top of the order.
You're after the frog.
Oh. Then yes, you did.
Okay,
Wow,
okay.
rude.
Derek, you can go, and then we will let Aster take a turn.
Where's the ladder up? If I take a dash, can I get up on top?
I would say yes. Probably.
Okay. Yeah,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, you can get up on top.
cool. Yeah, I'm gonna dash and climb up on top, getting as close up toward the ballista as I can.
Okay. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to say you're able to get up to the ballista, but that's your full turn.
Yep.
Yeah, you dash around the boat, pushing past Wayland, who is now holding onto this rope with one hand, or with both hands rather, trying to help the crew up past Mr. Pushka, who is facing off against the frog with David, and up the ladder. Join. My brain keeps wanting to say Sephiroth, even though I know that's not right. Shifra. Any bonus actions?
Not as of now.
Okay. Aster.
All right. I am going to cast Inflict Wounds.
You are currently being pinned underwater.
It's a melee attack. Can I do it with disadvantage? It's anything that I can reach. So,
Okay. Does it take a verbal component? I think it's going to be the big thing here.
yes, it does.
Okay.
Damn it.
Yeah, you're underwater.
I guess then I'll just try and break free. Is all I can really do, right?
I mean, unless you have a non-verbal thing you can try to do.
Do I have? I don't know that I've ever encountered a spell that doesn't have a verbal component.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that might only be restricted to like meta magic feats. So you might be right.
I'm going to try and get out then.
Give me an athletics or
Oh,
acrobatics.
I believe I have the same modifier for both.
Cool.
Which is, oh, actually no. For acrobatics, I have a +1. That's a 16.
16 just makes it. As you are wrestling with this kind of slimy, sticky, wet noodle of a tongue, you manage to somehow pull away from it, pull off of it, and slip out, immediately shooting back up, which is great because you aren't drowning now.
That is great. Am I still touching it?
As soon as you slip out of it, it seems to dissipate into the water.
Can I get back on the boat?
I'm going to say that's your action, and I will give you an attempted climb for getting back onto the boat with just your movement.
Yeah.
So I would say we don't have climb in 5th edition. I think it's just athletics.
Yeah, well, that's a 5. So not happening this time.
Yeah. I will say next turn can either roll with advantage to just do your movement, since you've already tried, or you can take your entire turn to get back onto the boat.
Okay.
All right. So that brings us back up to Wayland.
Just to clarify, Waylon wasn't holding onto the rope. The rope had knotted itself around.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So Waylon is free to this point, run around to this corner here and line up his crossbow and take a shot. And I think this is the very first martial attack I've ever done in D&D, because I've always played casters before. So with a crossbow, it's a D20 plus my dexterity modifier, right?
I think it's dexterity and proficiency. I've got too many additions in my brain. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, if so long as you're proficient in it at least.
Am proficient in it. Okay. So that's a +3 there, and because of the infusion, it's a +4. Don't screw this up. Well, that is a 6.
What were you shooting at?
The big ass
The frog.
Yeah, I guess you're not really shooting from a concealed location, so you probably wouldn't have advantage.
Actually, he does have advantage because it's being flanked.
Oh, we are doing flanking rules.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Don't be a 6. Don't be a 6. Okay, that was 16.
With a 16, you manage to hit. Give me damage.
All right, so that's D8 +1 for the infusion.
And plus your dex bonus.
Oh, plus my dex. All right, my dex bonus. So that is a whopping 3. And then after that, Waylon is going to sigh in utter frustration and just look at Pushka and go, just beat the snot out of him.
What's Pushka doing?
Pushka is going to run and just do a big punch down on the big froggy toady thing's face.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be a 24.
Yeah, I think that hits a little bit.
Okay. And I just want to double check what he does. 1d8 plus. That's going to be 5. 5 force damage.
Do you want to give me a description of his attack?
Yeah, he pivots, just basically bounds across the deck, just two big, like, massive lunges, jumps up, one fist raised in the air. Again, I'm thinking like anime speed lines, freeze frame, and then just comes plowing down on its eye.
Awesome. It shakes itself, pulling its head out a little bit from under Mr. Pushka's arm, which isn't very hard because even Mr. Pushka is still fairly small compared to it. And it opens its maw and just lunges at David. It's going to attempt to that just kept going. I'm going to switch dice. Does a 20 hit?
I'm Mr. Pushka. He just forces disadvantage on someone attacking, because David is next to me, right?
Yeah.
Yep. He can force disadvantage on someone attacking someone next to him.
God damn,
Alright.
that's cool.
Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Can I use a reaction? Or a, yeah, reaction.
I mean, if it applies, yes.
I guess it'll depend, actually, if the frog is susceptible to charm.
Yeah, I don't have anything here that says it's not.
Then I am going to
Kiss it, make it a prince.
yell down at the frog, "You're a slimy sack of garbage!" and use cutting words. So I am using one of my Bardic Inspiration die to subtract from his attack roll.
Okay. David, what is your AC? Just so we know how much we can subtract.
14.
Okay.
Okay, so I
you
need
gotta
to
get
3 or
You
better.
gotta get 3 or more. 4. Nice. What? The frog opens its maw wide and starts to envelop David. Mr. Pushka swings and just shoves him off, but the frog still begins to come down. And then your words come through and it just kind of freezes up for a moment and then begins to continue. But at this point, David has had a moment to move out of the way and his mouth encloses down around some of the not rigging. Yeah, the rigging, the ropes and stuff that are below it. Wow, that was
Derek Henridge diss track when?
Yeah, it can be useful every once in a while.
It is going to give another groan of frustration, and 2 tongues are going to shoot out of the water. One at you, one at Farah. That will be a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And the other one is, that is another 16. Okay. They come up, shooting up, grabbing you both by the ankles, just yanking you down. That is going to be 12 damage to Derek.
Ouch.
And that is going to be, 12 damage to Shifra. Give me a acrobatics or athletics roll to see if you are able to escape its grasp.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Yeah.
That's a 17.
All right. So these tongues reach up, they grab both of your ankles, yank you down. You stumble, fall forward into the ballista, grasp onto it, and the tongue slips off of your foot back into the water. Shifra falls to the ground, the roof of this cabin, grabs onto a plank, holds, and then slips and just disappears from view off of the deck into the water. Bit of a splash.
To which side?
The opposite side from where the others are. That is the frog's turn. So it is now Aster, your turn.
Okay. How far is the frog from me now?
The frog at this point, I mean, horizontally speaking, it's only like 5-10 feet away from you, but it is up on top of the deck, which puts it maybe another 5 feet away.
Okay, that's
No, more like 10 feet because of the angles.
still fine. I'm going to use Channel Divinity Radiance of the Dawn, so it has to take a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, 10 plus 10. So that would be a 20?
Well, it still takes 9 points of radiant damage.
Give me a description of this attack.
So I grab the amulet, the talisman around my neck. It's like a round circle of stained glass with a crystal at its center. And when I hold it forth, a light kind of pulses and spreads out from that center. It engulfs the frog with kind of a light sizzling, but has no effect on the other creatures that it touches.
That fizzling with that little bit of just can almost smell bacon.
Are we gonna eat this frog?
FAB, all frogs are bacon.
I guess this is what we are grilling in the name of. Sorry.
Oh man.
We got to keep making the Rage Against the Machine jokes. It is now the crew's turn. Shifra is going to make a save to see if she can get out. Holy shit, that is a natural 20. So she manages to wriggle herself free almost immediately as soon as she hits the water, start pulling herself up over the side of the deck. That's basically her entire turn. Farah and Kyrie start pulling themselves up, making their way slowly back onto the vessel. A little tired, very, very wet, just completely soaked through. And in this moment, I think Yanan climbs out of the hold, Yachiel in tow. As I haven't given full description of everyone, I probably should have done this a while ago. He's a thin man, little gaunt. His clothes are torn and dark, and he is carrying a large crossbow. As he kind of pulls himself out, walks over next to you, Rez, and he's going to take a shot. That is a 18. As this second bolt streaks down the side of the vessel, impaling and running through one of the arms. It is Rez's turn.
I see this happen and I see his reaction. I let out a hell yeah. And then I peek around the corner again and am going to attack this froggy frog. My little sneaky location.
All right, give me them rolls.
Them rolls. What do I need to hit? I might not even need a second roll.
You need a 14 to hit.
I get that without even modification. I hit. Rolled a 17 plus stuff. So 1d8, 2d6. Oh wait, I might get a crit. I might as well roll again. I do not. All right, 16 damage. Rez swings out around the corner from concealment, aims right at the center of mass of the frog, takes a half breath out, pulls the trigger, and retreats around the corner. The dart bolt flies down the side of the boat, hitting the frog squarely in its left flank, getting it right between the ribs. The bolt disappears almost entirely inside of its translucent flesh, but Rez can't see any of that. He just shoots and runs.
Well, like with my so since I still have my great axe in my hand, just gonna give it a good old whack, like maybe like an overhead chop right down towards middle of its head, in between those two bulbous eyes on the top of its head.
Give me that attack roll.
Is that the 6?
Did it kind of freeze on 16 for everybody else too? When the animation of rolling kind of stopped for a second at 16 for me, and then
Taunting us.
So, is this creature being flanked? Does David get advantage?
Yes, actually, he would.
There you go. Roll that shit again, David.
Thanks for looking out for us.
Oh, come on.
Hey, it's the same thing.
That's not how advantage is supposed to work.
Maybe I just whiff it. Like the axe comes down and just glances off the top of one of its rounded eyeball balls.
Just cut its cornea just a little bit.
Yeah. Right.
Oh no, you actually accidentally gave it eye surgery. Now it can see better. God, why?
And this is how David invented LASIK in Atuma.
Yeah. Suffering from glaucoma, now it all of a sudden feels better.
Anything else you're doing with your turn?
Okay, I'm gonna use action surge.
Okay. Yes.
Push
Please do.
myself beyond my normal limits and just take an additional action, which is I'm just gonna mulligan this and like try and take another swipe at his or crack at his head.
Good call.
Okay, do it.
All right, 12. That's double the last one. It's gotta hit, right?
Yeah, but you should roll
12.
again in case you get a 20.
Yeah. Also, what are you adding to this? So 12 is what you roll raw, but you're attacking, and so you've got to have like your strength bonus plus your proficiency, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, am I doing that?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, you are.
You should be anytime you roll your basic attack.
Okay. So the first one would have been 16, and then this would have been 6.
They both hit.
Well, the 6 wouldn't have hit, but
Oh.
16
I
would
thought
hit,
he
yeah.
said this. I thought he said the 6.
So actually, yeah, the 12 would have turned into a 16, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
That hits. And the one before, I think you had rolled an 8, right?
6.
So it would have been.
Okay, 6, yes. Yeah, that wouldn't hit. Okay, so
Okay.
roll damage.
All right. 2, 7. That's 9 damage. Damage.
Nice. It is looking rough.
So my axe comes down right in the middle of those two bulbous eyes at the top of his head, and while I hoped it would have just cleaved its way cleanly through like the cranial part of the cranium and just cracked open so you could see the brain, didn't quite make it. It definitely got through the flesh and into the bone, didn't quite make it all the way through. So yeah, so like an almost through the skull bone, but not quite. So there's probably a few like bone chips.
Okay. Derek, I believe that brings us to you, right?
Yes, I am going to cast Shatter on this slimy bastard.
Okay. What does Shatter do again?
Shatter is 3d8 thunder damage in a 10-foot radius, so I'm gonna aim it behind it enough that it doesn't, hit everyone in melee.
Hey, isn't that going to hit the hull of the ship?
Yes.
It's got 100 HP. It's fine.
Well, how far out can I aim at 60 feet? Because if I can hit its butt, no.
I mean, you can't hit it and not hit the boat that it is on with that kind of an attack.
Well, the boat doesn't take any damage. It can take it. Unless I regret that.
The boat can take it. Famous last words.
If I sink us, I'm sorry. For 18.
18 damage in total?
Yep.
Okay. Paint me a picture of how you finish this fight. I'm not going to say kill it. I'm going to say finish this fight.
Okay. So when Derek casts Shatter, he has a pouch of stones on his waist and pulls one of those out, and it's kind of glowing with this flickering light, and he flings it from the top of the deck, and it lands in the frog's gaping maw. And as it reflexively swallows this thing down, there's a muffled thump and a concussive wave that ripples out through its pores.
Ripples out through its pores, and you can hear a sickly crack from the hull underneath it. The boat has taken serious damage in that back corner. But in that moment, as you kind of begin to feel a little concern about the vessel that you're on and its stability, the frog teeters on the edge the back of the deck and just slumps over the railing, folds itself in half, and then the loud splash falls into the water.
Take that, you overgrown wart.
And when my computer decides that it wants to turn back on, I will see what I can do to figure out whether or not you actually killed it. Anyway, as it falls backwards into the water, and you can see the ripples of where it fell and little bits of its leg kind of sticking up and sinking down, drifting behind the boat. Everyone takes a moment to breathe out, exhale. Shifra's son drops the crossbow quietly and returns back under the deck without saying a word. Yanan watches him, a little concerned, and then turns to you, Rez. That was his wife's bow. And that's where we're going to call it for the night. The Children of Ash is Jesse as Wayland Thrupp, Josh as Derek Henridge, Peter as David Davidson, Valentine as Rez Orr, Juliet as Astor Morestes, and myself, Dylan, as the storyteller. This episode features sound design by Tabletop Audio, 5e player options from Nations and Cannons by Flagbearer Games, and our intro and outro themes were composed and performed by Fester Spunk. The Spirit Frog's stat block was a collaboration with Ned of the Wild Court. If you aren't already, follow us on social media at The Children of Ash to be the first to know about news and new releases, and come support us on Patreon. Patrons get early access to episodes, a special title on the Discord server, and they help us pay for equipment and other things that provide you, the listener, with a better experience. We also recently joined TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, where we've begun posting clips of outtakes, behind-the-scenes content, and more, so be sure to add us on your platforms of choice. As always, thank you so much, and we'll see you down the road. I've had all my notes up on my other computer. I was keeping track of turn order. I was keeping track of health. I had the stat block that I made for the Spirit Frog up, which, by the way, this was a little bit of a collaboration between myself and Ned from the Wild Court. I'm kind of frustrated that it didn't get to swallow anybody. Ned's biggest point of feedback was that it can do so much damage, the initial version of it, that I needed to break up the tongue attack and the bite into 2 different attacks, which is probably right, but he rolled terribly.
Well, we also tried really hard to keep him from swallowing.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, that was a heroic effort.
Yeah.
I think we earned that not being swallowed.
I'm disappointed that I didn't get to show off the fancy, cool stuff of my creature, but I'm very impressed and happy with the party. Thank you all. This was a longer than normal session. Thank you especially to the East Coasters who it is going on 1 a.m.
Yeah, I got enough.
Yeah, bedtime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great
Bye.
session, though. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Sorry, S-Car went late.
I was not expecting that much roleplay in the beginning, so that's a little bit on me.
You weren't expecting a bunch of roleplay with us, huh?
I wasn't expecting that much roleplay in the
Fair.
beginning. I was expecting to get into the fight faster. Thank you all. Have a great night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinner time for me. Yay.
What is dinner?
Mexican.
No, that was a epistemic question. What is dinner?
What is?
What is?
Yeah, just what is? Or I guess we could just simplify that further to is?
Good night.